You guys here?
No.
Oh,
Is that Justin Bieber singing "Baby"? Maybe.
Oh, baby?
I wasn't calling you baby. I was asking if that's the song called "Baby." Baby.
No. However, I'm just gonna share the tweet afterwards. It's Chayalim singing beautiful, beautiful in the trenches singing. Samson, I wish you could hear. Beautiful, beautiful Torah. All right, Chevra. Hope everyone's doing well. The Siyata Shmaya, the learning should be for all the fallen soldiers, for all of Am Yisrael, for all the physical, mental, spiritual, everything. Achdut, Avat Yisrael, throughout Hashem. So I was zocha to get in touch with the Rebbe, Rav Yair, today. And it just made sense to open up the book that the three students put together, Donnie Sawson, Ben Baruch, and Ryan Render, on the Parshiot, the conversations in the Parshiot, out of the box. We're going outside the box today. And that's what the whole Torah is about, going outside this window, going outside the window, setting that dove out throughout the Shem. Okay, so Parsha Pekudei. The title is bigger than knowledge. So Chevra, let's mamish, open up our hearts, open up our minds, go outside the limitations, go outside logic right now, and let's enter in. A character trait from Ethan. This is referring to Ethan Lax. He was nifter during my Shana Aleph. Very, very close friend, Talmud Rebbe of Rav Yair, from Toronto. Very, very sad. So a lot of us, says Rav Yair, really enjoy food. So this is a lesson learned from Rav Ethan. One of the things that not many of us are great at is being healthy and knowing what foods are healthy and unhealthy. Ethan always taught us how to choose healthy food. It meant recognizing food as a gift and not just something that's sustaining you. So we'll see what that means in just a moment. A gift, not something that's sustaining us. There's a pasuk in Parsha Pekudei, which is one of the most difficult in the entire Torah. The last 5 parshiot have been preparations for Hashem to appear in the Mishkan. The Jews donated everything they had to build this Mishkan. But the closing pasuk of Sefer Shemot is V'lo yachol Moshe leba el ohel moed. Moshe cannot enter the tent of meeting. Meaning Am Yisrael prepared everything. But the result didn't happen. Moshe couldn't enter, couldn't go in. To try to understand what the idea behind this pasuk is, says Rav Yair, we can look in Megillah Esther. When we look in the Megillah, one of the most powerful sentences is Ruach v'atzava ya'amod Yehudim mimakom acher. Relief and deliverance will come to the Jews from someone else. Mordechai tells Esther that she has the opportunity and privilege to help the Jewish people, but he wants her to understand that there's something bigger than her. If she doesn't participate, redemption will still happen. So, through preparing or not preparing for Shabbos, Shabbos will still happen. The teachings of the Kabbalah explain that this sentence reveals 2 ways to look at the world. One way is that everything works on a system of reward and punishment based on our actions. Right? We do X, and that action will result in Y. This is a system of logic. But Mordechai tells Esther that not everything is dependent on logic and action. You can assist redemption, but redemption won't happen because you decided to step up. When we look at the end of Sefer Shemot, that is one of the messages Hashem was teaching us. On one hand, we do what we're supposed to do, and things work the way they're supposed to work. Things are logical, and they make sense. 1 + 1 = 1. 1 + 1 = 2. But some things are beyond our knowledge. In Masechet Sanhedrin,
it = 3.
Or maybe = 3. It says that the era of Mashiach will come in its time. but in another way. What does this mean? What does this mean? There are two ways Mashiach can come. Says Rabbi Yair, either we can bring him or he'll come on his own. But you don't cause Mashiach to come. You don't define redemption. That's what Mordechai said to Esther. If she doesn't participate, redemption will still happen. We can involve ourselves in the war, whether we're a formal soldier or an informal soldier, but we'll still win the war. There will still be a Geula Shlema in the world, in this world, in Olam Hazeh, Chevra. There is logic and there's emotion. There are things that make sense and there's Hashem. The things that Hashem can do supersede logic, go beyond logic, go beyond this world, goes beyond Teva. Chanukah, 36 days. 36 days! Mala mina Teva. Mala mina Teva. When you look at Mordechai, who comes from Sheva Binyamin, he was very logical. Why? Binyamin was Yosef's brother, whose life was defined by logic. When Yosef did something wrong, he was thrown into a pit. When he did something right, he became a redeemer. Mordechai understood that, he understands that, and he's defined by his actions. Now, Rav Yair says there's logic, but you can't define logic with logic. Use your logic, understand logic, try to bring redemption, but understand that there's another level. The other level is that when Moshe can't enter the Mishkan, it doesn't make sense. The Jewish people brought everything they had. They donated everything they had to the Mishkan. Everything was, they fit the description, the criteria. They did everything right, but he still couldn't go in. Hashem was teaching Am Yisrael that if you want to be happy, don't limit yourselves to logic and your own human understanding. Chevra, we look at the sukkah over here. Look at the sukkah. We're still in sukkahs, no? Can we hear? Or is it glitchy? I feel like everyone's glitchy on my screen. My computer's at 10% and my mom is glitchy. And we look, and we know the famous pasuk, Meitzar Karatia, Anani B'mer Chavia. Still remember those words from Rav Yair. It's in Tehillim 118. 2 years ago, Rosh Hashanah, Rav Yair was giving a whole speech, a whole divrei chizek, Meitzar Karatia, looking outside the window. So a lot of the times we could find ourselves in boxes, constriction, logic. But maybe, just maybe, hopefully this is the cry for all of Am Yisrael. This is the cry from Rav Yair, this is crying from all the tzaddikim. And the tzaddikim are able to do this. They're able to take this right here and just peel it off. Peel it off. And mamish, when we thought we were in a box with no windows, we look outside the window and there's a whole world out there. Infinitude. Mala mina teva. So when we're in our own constriction, mamish, at that place, in that place, we have to cry, mina meitzar karati anani berchavia. Go outside the logic. Go outside our deficiencies. Teva is defining us on who we are. On who we are. But we have to go beyond that. Zrat Hashem in all of our ways. We should think about it in our lives right now, wherever we find ourselves. Yeshiva, non-yeshiva, working on bridges, building bridges, outside the land. We have to, all according to ourselves. Questions, comments, please feel free.
Shkoyach.
The Heilige Rebbe.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. Anyone else? Ramras? Moshe? Moshe, you went in the tent. You went in the tent. You mamash, you went in the tent. Give up. You are in the tent.
Every year is in the tent.
Every year's in the tent. Every year's in the tent of meeting. The Siyata de Shmaya. All right. Oh, the apartment. Trevor, look at the apartment. Look at the Heilige apartment.
The smack apartment.
For all of Am Yisrael. Okay, Trevor, be well, be well. Let's fire it up. Let's win the day.
Jack.
Win the day, win the day.
Win the day.
Sorot Tobot, Sorot Tobot.